좀 먹으면서 얘기하느라고 못 먹었는데 먹으면서 게임 해보도록 하죠. 아이고, 불이 다 식어버렸네 얘기하다고. 일본 여행기가 첫날과 마지막 날엔 임팩트가 없긴 하죠. 그래도 2, 3일에는 꽤 다양한 걸 했답니다. 다음번엔 그냥 자유여행으로 가는 게 괜찮다고 봅니다. 2018년도인데 제가 17살이어서 동생은 17살이어서 그때는 뭐 다 부모님께서 알아서 다 해주셨는데 이번에는 제 동생이 다 해봤는데 자유여행 같은 거 했을 때 아니면 도쿄 디즈니랜드 같은 건 전부 저희가 다 했는데 그거 하면서 느낀 생각은 이거 일본은 자유여행으로 와도 괜찮겠구나, 문제 없겠구나. 사실 여태까진 좀 해보진 않았으니까 못할 수도 있다는 생각 들었는데 전혀 아니더라고요. 사람이 어떻게든 대화가 되고 예매, 예약 그런 건 다 인터넷으로 모두 다 가능하다 보니까 이거 문제 없겠구나. 다음번에 아마 자유여행을 가지 않을까 싶어요. 개인적으로 가든 가족들하고 같이 가든. 여기 한 점 남아서 이것만 먹고 하겠습니다. 참고로 다음 주가 마지막 방송주가 될 거예요. 이제 한동안 대학교에 집중해야 돼서 다음 주에 수금 방송하고 여름방학 때나 뵐 수 있을 것 같소. 그럼 왜 월요일에 안 되냐 하면은 오늘까지 좀 쉬고 토요일에 물건 사서 월요일날 잡지방에다가 다 배치를 하려고 하고 있다. 1차적으로. 또 어차피 3월 4일날 개강이기 때문에 그때 그 전까지만 또 2차로 한번 또 할 거예요. 아직 날은 안 잡혔는데 만약 그 날이 28일이나 26일이면 26일은 아닐 것 같고 28일 정도나 아니면 1월 1일이라면 2월 1일이라면 뭐 그때 가서 할 건데, 어쨌든 일단은 수, 목, 금 마지막 방송 일할 수 있는데, 솔직히 말하면 목요일은 정상 방송이 아니고, 왜냐면 2월 27일 날 목요일 23시에 포켓몬 데이에서 포켓몬 프레젠트 하기 때문에 그것만 보려고 방송 키는 거니까 방송 시간 얼마 안 걸릴 거야. 정상 방송이 아니에요. 어쨌든 정규 방송은 26일과 28일부터 여름방학까지는 한동안 방송을 못 킬 예정이오이다. 그 점은 양해 부탁하오. 그럼 이거 장반 갖다 놓고 게임 하도록 하겠습니다. 자, 이어서 한번 해봅시다. 여기 있다. 꽤 간단하고 쉬운 거라서 1시간 만에도 클리어 가능한 게임이라서 오늘 하기 적당하다고 판단해서 갖고 왔습니다. 자, 안녕하세요. 대하에서 비평차 푸른벚꽃의 오늘은 Assemble with Care를 플레이해보겠습니다. 저는 한 번도 써본 적은 없는데 내 귀, 내 이어 82로만 줄이겠다. 똑같은 거 같네. 한번 해보도록 하겠습니다. 설정이 안 들어가죠, 이 게임.
After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of traveling. The endless clatter of railways, highways, and everything in between. But as my train pulled into the station at Bellariva, I felt every bit as excited as the first day of my journey. A whole year. It felt like a lifetime. The places I'd seen, the people I'd met, of course, the forgotten treasures I'd given a new lease of life along the way. I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most beloved possessions back to life is what I love to do. I'd been traveling for months, working my way from one town to the next, fixing everything from family heirlooms to VCRs. Bellariva was my chance to take a break. Unfortunately, that would have to wait until after I'd unpacked.
아하.
I picked up these sunglasses on my last stop. Hopefully I'm cool enough to pull them off. I saw a guitarist wearing these at a show once. Rock and roll repairwoman at your service. My passport. Not many blank pages left now. Who doesn't love a scrunchie? Practical and stylish. My parents took this after I made my first repair. Seems like a lifetime ago. I'll hand these out once I'm settled in. Fingers crossed they get me some work. Finally, I'd made it to Bellariva. I'd come for the food festival, taking place in a few days' time. After living off TV dinners and instant ramen for the last few months, I was craving a decent meal. Of course, I'd need to earn enough money to pay for it, so I figured I'd head out the next day and find some work. My parents never wanted me to go. They wanted me to stay in their shop and have a simple, stationary life. I knew there was a world out there, beyond the four walls of our antique store, that I had to be a part of. I daydreamed constantly about the weird and wonderful places each of our antiques came from. I loved figuring out their stories, revealing the memories hidden beneath the screws and wires. My story in Bellariva began with a little girl, and a voice she was longing to hear.
레벨 1 완료, 벌써. 저장가. 이게 그렇게까지 어려운 것도 아니고.
It was my first morning in Bellariva, and I couldn't wait to leave my hotel and explore. It was a quiet town, its streets and alleyways basking peacefully in the hot morning sun.
그리고 그렇게 긴 게임이 아니어서 빠르게
In the
끝날
main
겁니다.
square, meanwhile, preparations were underway for the festival in a few days' time. As I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of Bellariva would need me to fix. So far, everything here seemed perfect. I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake when I felt someone tapping me on the back.
Hi, I'm Izzy. Do you know how to fix things?
오, 손님이다.
It was a little girl, maybe 7 years old, who must have gotten hold of one of my flyers. She rummaged around in her backpack until she hauled out a battered red cassette deck.
My tape is broken and I can't make it work anymore.
아하.
I tried to fix it myself, but there's this metal thing in the way. Can you try?
좋아요. 아,
Why did you do that?
아 이렇게 돌리는 거야?
How did you do that? I didn't see.
옛날엔 집에 있었는데 지금 볼 수 없고 저렇게 선 있는 건 저도 본 적이 없습니다만 집에 어딘가 있지 않을까 그런데요, 카스트.
Aha! Those batteries look like they need replacing. Luckily, I have some spares.
좋아요. 이거 못 돌리나? 아, 됐다. 아니, 이렇게 말고 아니
Will you dream a dream for me? If I sit by your side and hold you so tight.
When it finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it carefully into her backpack.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever.
No problem. Who was that singing? They're very good.
It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
Izzy trailed off. It was the kind of silence a cassette tape would never be enough to fill. When Izzy's friends called for her, she dug deep into her pockets, looking for something to pay me with. Eventually, she produced a grand total of a stick of gum, 3 mismatched buttons, and a yo-yo. I usually preferred a check, but Izzy looked so serious, I wrote out a full receipt. She seemed like a happy kid, but beneath it all, part of her life had been shattered. Part I wouldn't be able to fix.
그런 사연이 있어. 산산조각 다 부셔져 있는 거야? 하나씩 일일이 맞춰야 되나?
My first repair complete, I spent the rest of the day doing small jobs in and around the square. I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel and found a message asking me to make one more visit. The address led me to a quaint little house, a stone's throw from the beach. Bathed in the evening light, it looked beautiful, in spite of its flaking paintwork and chipped tiles. The front door was opened by a harried-looking man, still dressed from a long day at the office.
Are you Maria? My name's Joseph. I'm Isabel's father.
Isabel.
I'm so sorry she bothered you this morning. Please, come in. I'd like to settle up properly.
On the mantelpiece, I saw the remains of a broken statue. Without thinking, I picked up a fragment.
아하, 아침에 딸아이.
Ah, my father's statue. What's left of it, at least. Yet another way I'd have disappointed him. It survived 100 years in this family. But 5 minutes with Isabel and... Do you think you can salvage it?
허허.
Will you be able to see the glue afterwards? I don't want people seeing the cracks.
어머.
Is this glue really strong enough to hold everything together?
다행히도 본드 자국이 보이지 않는 걸 보니 다행이라고 생각이 드네요. 돌리는 마크 일일이 이렇게 해야 돼. 어이구. 아니,
Sometimes I think my daughter should come with a warning label.
좋아요.
Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did. My father wanted me to make something of myself. He didn't have time for anything less.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait stood proudly next to it. So he was Bellariva's mayor. And that was Izzy's mom. They must both miss her so much.
Sorry, I'm a little tired. I've been working late getting things sorted for the festival. There's only a few days to go. Looks like I'll be working late. Again.
하하하.
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy, to avoid talking about it. I guess keeping themselves occupied was their way of pretending it wasn't happening. Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. But maybe that was what he wanted. I just hoped he was finding enough time for Izzy, too.
이렇게 의지를 위해서 시간을 내주기를. 전화기 단절. 전화기가 단절이라 반대되는.
My second day in Bellariva dawned bright and clear. Another beautiful sunny morning. Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing with customers cradling their morning coffees. I stopped, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee beans and freshly baked pastries. I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cafe next door, stopped me.
Hello, Maria? Were you here yesterday handing out flyers? I have a job for you.
Her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't notice. Judging by the empty tables inside, though, her potential customers hadn't noticed it either.
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
As Carmen chatted, she walked over to the counter and returned with an old rotary phone.
At least I've got plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special I've been working on. I was hoping to call my sister for some, seasoning tips, but it won't connect.
하하, 시즈닝 팁.
Can you see if you can figure out what's wrong?
써본 적은 없는데.
You can fix it, can't you? I can't afford to replace it.
가장 중요한 여기 기판을.
Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this.
한 번 할 때마다 이래야 되다니. 아이고.
These connections aren't quite right. I should check the wiring. Looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up.
이건 괜찮은 거야? 이거? 아, 여기 이거 있네. 오케이. 오. 아이고. 너무 빠르게 해도 안 돼. 참. 문제로구나.
Still a few parts missing.
이게 전화가 왔는데 단조를 뜻하는 거였어요. 노터리식 전화기.
When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
Nope, it's ready to go. It'll be ringing off the hook in no time.
That's if I can pay my phone bill anyway. And the rent, and the suppliers. Anyway, take a seat and I'll be right with you. Your coffee's on the house.
I sat at one of the empty tables, while at the counter, Carmen had started dialing the phone.
Hello! How's my favourite sister doing today?
As she talked, Carmen became more and more tense. This didn't seem like a call for some cooking advice.
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in the festival if I don't pay.
I could almost feel the eye roll at the other end of the line.
You don't need to be here, though. Can't you just put the cheque in the post?
When the